recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive.
All right, welcome to the Patriot Hour. Brother, what's going on?
How's everybody doing out there? Oh, yeah. Yep.
Happy,
let me see it.
Happy 4th of July tomorrow. Happy 4th of July Eve.
To everybody. Yeah.
Independence Day.
Oh,
Salute all my brothers and sisters in the armed forces from here to every little shady, dark corner of the globe. If that even makes sense.
Nook and crannies.
Every nook and cranny. And
that's right. Airborne to that. Mike,
yeah,
Mike, you know how to say that. Nook and cranny. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You look,
Melody
you're doing
Graham.
it right now.
Happy Independence Day. Or hi, Michael and Woodman. Yes.
All right.
I'm going to get the No,
I hope everybody's going to have a great day tomorrow. I mean, fantastic day. I hope so. You know, good Lord, that's a fantastic family day. What a day to celebrate 4th of July, Independence Day.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let me see here. So we came in, I was playing a video.
Oh, hey, Amy.
Go back to this. Let me take away the text for a minute. It'll come right back. So President Trump is nominating an economist to the Federal Reserve who wants the U.S. to be back on the gold standard. If that's the right idea for long. Judy Shelton is one of the two picks to join the central bank, and she wants to return it to the gold standard. Just did a video on that this morning. This video just came out like an hour ago. I don't know what's going on. It's kind of one of those weird things. Because I didn't really have any reason why I went back and did the, looked up Q and the gold. But it's happened before. So trying to, I can't beat the text. You guys are too quick. So anyway, these this thing here, like once I turned it on and figured out how to get social media, like so this is pulling up one text at a time. Looks like there's no, I might have put my permanent icon in here because if I took that out, it might be showing who's texting. Let me see here. Let me play around with it for a minute. If it even matters, but hold on. It's cool. Image. Yeah, it's making me pick an image. I'm just going to keep mine in there. I think if I didn't have mine in there, it'd probably be pulling up the YouTube account person's face or photo, whatever they have. But.
Yeah. So Amy the Mod.
Amy the Mod, I think there's a troller.
I think there's a troll.
Of course there is. All right, so let me get pop-up chat over here for me. Let me get all set up.
Happy 4th of July to everybody.
Happy Independence Day to you all.
Exactly. Please enjoy family time. And understand what tomorrow really is, Independence Day.
Yeah, what it's all about. It's not just a sale on a TV down at your local Wally World.
You know it. You know it.
So people are like, Memorial Day. It's a sale time for my TV.
Hey, look, there's so many days in a year that actually we all uh, are part of, Mike. There's more than one day.
Yeah, no, me and Ben were garage talking earlier. He's got some stuff going on this evening, so he couldn't join in. But we brought up the fact that last night he was watching something or reading something that talked about possible like July 2nd was the actual date. So then really quickly, I've never heard that, but it is. It's like the fine details surrounding this, that there was actually stuff that happened on July 2nd, but then they had to kind of, gather up the paperwork. And by the time they actually had people in front of the stuff in front of Congress to sign, it was done on July 3rd or July 4th. I think it was the 4th. It took a few days. And then by the time they got that signed up in Congress and actually read it to the people in Philadelphia in what is known as Liberty Square now, was like July 8th. So they said, like, back then there was a lot of disputing people that first year. If you would have asked John Adams, he would have said July 2nd should have been the date that it was all done on. But other people argued that it was a date it went in front of Congress. So if you look at the Constitution, it says in court or in this day, like the paperwork was done on that. But it actually spans from the 2nd to the 8th. It's not a really big conspiracy, actually. It's just a tidbit of information of lots of information that just didn't make it really in the history books, of course, for elementary school. And they just blast over July 4th, blah, 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 and tell you some things. But, maybe they did explain that a little bit, but we just don't remember. But I doubt it. But it was interesting. So,
Yeah.
you look into that, it was like back then, folks, if you're at the front lines of a war or something and it ended, you wouldn't know that until the troops got back home weeks later sometimes, or rode horseback. There was only horseback back then. There was no speedy, there wasn't a news camera there on the battle lines, and the minute something happens, it relays back home by telephone, and the next thing you know, we're getting up-to-date news. It really does work. If it was honest news and everything, it could work really well. It's really, interesting on that. Back in like 97, 98, I am on board a ship in the Persian Gulf, floating in the Persian Gulf, and we had CNN, we had satellites on this ship, and so we were in training, and I think it was like lunchtime, and the TV was on, and we're watching like CNN or Fox News, whatever's on, and literally the announcer on there, was like, "Oh, we just got breaking news in here. Appears 2 pilots aboard the USS George Washington collided in midair." And I'm sitting there like, "Whoa, well, heck, I'm on that ship, and we're floating way over here, and right off the coast of Iraq and Saudi Arabia, that area." And I'm like, "Well, how am I hearing it on CNN on the TV satellite?" And then minutes later, our 1MC system, chirp, beeped in, and there's a captain. We just had 2 pilots collide midair, and I'm like, "Wow, we got it out of the ship's, captain minutes after CNN reported it all the way back home." In the States. So
Wow.
Not that I was in the know-how, for somebody colliding, and I was in some training session in a classroom, just checked on board, early 98, January, February 98 or whatever. So,
Well, look, when I was in what we knew weeks ahead of whenever it could be leaked. It was a different security situation, when you're right there in the limelight, it's you're right there, you know it, you hear it.
Yeah, you're making the news.
And then if they decide to release it, they don't release everything.
No, I'm just saying, like, sometimes things that we were involved in was the news, but sometimes it'd be just a blur of nothing that, not saying personally like that, but like, events happen and you're going to get the bundled story of it, like I we were involved in a plane wreck in the Persian Gulf, and the gifs of the story just told you a plane went down and there was 144 bodies or whatever recovered, and so
yeah.
All right, so use tanks. Oh yeah, so you were talking about the 4th of July. What's the big fuss about that? What's
Man, oh my Lord, the Democrats and all them Johans, they're pitching a bitch about Donald Trump using these tanks and flyovers, and it's not like what Japan would do or China would do or even North or South Korea do, but they, they're taking it wrong down the wrong alley. He's doing this for a reason. This is I truly believe, and so does he, this would make our forefathers very frickin' proud. You know what I mean? This is Independence Day, people. It's not supposed to be a show of force what they're doing tomorrow. It's just a celebration. The Democrats and all them guys are
every reason.
Just,
I think.
Well, they're so stupid, man.
They don't. Nobody has a problem with sending our 18-year-olds off, or even the guys that have been in 10, 15, 20 years over to the war zones, where there's tanks, and that could be shocking to the 18-year-old kid that just gets out of high school, and he goes to some basic training and whatnot, but you go to tank school, that's tank school, and all these other things. But bottom of the line is you're 18 sometimes, and you get shoved into these war zones, and then what's wrong with a parade? Everyone acts like we need to not waste time and money. Well, you don't waste no expense on these wars you send off these kids to. You don't care about that and what they're seeing. So if you can, I know other countries do it and they go all out and it's a show of force, but I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. I don't know if it's, there's a lot of people, that have to take off time from work, and, we got the Blue Angels that fly over, and that's all they do. People don't realize they don't really have other jobs for the 4 years or 3 years that they joined and tried out and they made it. That's all they do: eat, sleep, and do these shows, just like people that are in the military bands, right? They're always playing, they're always going off to events and strumming their instrument. That's all they do for 3 to 4 years. They eat, sleep, and shit that instrument. And right? I don't have to tell you, but you guys, for some of you don't understand, it's so Trump's trying to do, it's a big waste of time and waste of money, and people getting off of work or something. It's like, this is July 4th. You already, I don't know. I don't know what the issue is, but it's something he's doing, so it's bad. Bottom line.
Well, he's got it worked out to where it all boils down to this, Mike. It all boils down to this. Is very important. The only thing that's out of the ordinary is fuel. Are you kidding me? Fuel. I don't care if it's for the jet, which those jets that's expensive. I don't care, man. Doesn't take that much to do all that kind of crap. I'll tell you what. If people want to do the reality check here, it would probably be pretty close to a nickel a piece for everybody to send in. A nickel. Come on. This is like, I am very proud of our country, and I'm proud of what we got, and that's what Trump's trying to display. Not the high tech stuff. Just we just don't do that kind of thing. It's time we do. It's time we recognize people need to know. Like civilians that have no idea, Mike, you and I can really fathom all kinds of things because of what we've seen, but they've never.
Well, L just said it. L 1978, Trump, first president ever, first sitting president ever to enter the DMZ. Almost a total media blackout. They're still yelling he's a Russian. I mean, I'm concerned with the youth of this country, or just typical citizens that you have to deal with, that they're not learning they're not understanding what Trump's getting done. It's such a media blackout. Like, even if the next Democrat gets in down the road, or we, we're going to have Trump most evidently for the next 6 years coming. But I'm saying when it finally does come, people are going to be like, "Woo, we got him out of here." All right, so we need to work on what's the DMZ zone. Well, Trump already did that. Really? When? And they're going to have to explain to them, like through history books and just in the next administrations, have to explain what he got done because nobody's going to know what he got done because they're ignoring it.
Exactly.
I'm being kind of stupid here, but you get it. Unbelievable.
I'm sure everybody gets it, man.
They do.
Yeah.
These people here do.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Hey, look, when I was in 82nd Airborne on this date tomorrow, it was a big deal. We're talking about back, at Fort Bragg, and they would have, I don't know, probably sometimes maybe 40, 50,000 paratroopers, boom, jump out of all these planes. They fly over, man. It is really awesome to watch. I've always been a part of it. Of course, I was didn't have any choice in the matter. I was in the 82nd Airborne, and I always went where all the team leaders went, so that's where I went all the time. Yeah, it was awesome, man. It was awesome.
Heck yeah.
Ooh, who jumped with Trump? Or jumped with Trump? Somebody said they jumped too. Yeah, anyway, it was a big deal, man. It was very awesome because it's not a display of power. It's a show that people aren't wasting their time, and this can actually be done. It's not a force of power. It's not like, drawing a line in the sand. It's not that. That's not about that at all. Same thing President Trump's doing. Look, all he's got to do is pay for the fuel. I'd donate probably $200 or $300, even though I ain't got no money. I'd donate that. Heck, these Democrats should just blow it, man. Here you go. You just take your what do they want, $4,500 a year raise. Just take part of that, and there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, looking at, the videos I did this morning, the people already removed from the DOJ and the FBI, it's both sides. I can't just say it's the Democrats. This is, and just like Hughes said, it crosses both party lines. Evil is evil. We tend to say, Democrats because, we associate more with Republican. I know that's how I vote the last couple cycles, folks, because the wall, the border, security, some of that means something to me. But regardless of the stereo, to put yourself into a category, you just want to listen. You always want to pay attention. That's all. You got to look with your eyes, listen with your ears. Of course, these people are good at talking and telling you what you want to hear. And then no result time and time again. It seems to be a little different this time, but they are trying to keep it to where it looks like he's getting nothing done by lying. It's a little tougher of a gig this time for them. Before, the person would get nothing done and they made him look good. This time the person's getting stuff done and they're making him look bad.
Right.
It's real asinine. It's real twisted and perverted. I don't know how else to explain that, but
I got a chance today to go ahead and really shine on that aspect about how we were talking about President Trump and how he just like all of a sudden jumped into being a president. So Mike and I have been talking before about what we think happened like probably 20-some years ago, 25 years ago, and how all that what we're talking about by the tag team there, Mike.
What was that?
Trump and JFK Jr. They were pretty tight, and of course, somehow Trump had to get all of his little cabinet together. Remember, he had to do all that stuff. Here's a neat thing. I got to make this great point today. I was going like, well, President Trump, he wasn't supposed to win. He's not a politician. He's not a politician. He doesn't belong there. They're all upset because he actually won. And they're upset. That's why they're trying to get rid of him. That's why they're doing all this, fake news crap and stuff. I got a chance to shine. That was fantastic. We got a couple more people on board today, by the way, so that's
man.
nice.
That's always positive.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, brother. Okay, so I'm looking here. 672. So the only Q post, not only, right, here we go. 2298. Let's take a look at this. If it was not for Trump, where would HRC have got you today?
I'm telling you.
All right, so I think, let me look at my phone here. I got an email today. I do look at my emails sometimes, folks. So take a look in the description box. No, I try to look at it quite often. What did this guy? All right, this is an actual voicemail. All right, so post 297. All right, we're going to start with, I can do that. So 297. 4 drops. It didn't give me 297, did it? Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right. That's not right, but we'll go to this one. So, down here at the bottom, July 4th, 2019. This is back from 6th of March, 2019. Returning power back to the people is what is entitled. Now, this entitlement, they just normally take that from somewhere in the post, but we'll take a look here. There's a video. Never in our history has a communications project such as this taken place. Return power back to the people. Truth, transparency, and equal justice under the law. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men and women were created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and among them these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men and women, deriving their just powers from consent of the governed. So, by our consent. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it and institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence, indeed, will dictate what governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly all experience hath shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpations pursuing invariable the same object evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty, to throw off such a government and to provide new guards for their future security. Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on for them to do the same. Reagan, United We Stand. July 4th, 2019. Where we go one, we go all. So that is very interesting. What do you take that to be there, old Woodman?
That is pretty wild. Holy cow. Um, that was by Reagan.
Well, no, all of that other stuff comes from. That's been around before. I believe that's from somebody in the comment section. No, I don't know if it's from like the not the Bill of Rights, but we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. Somebody can let us know where that comes exactly out of. I would say one of the 3 pieces of paper that we hold near and dear, Bill of Rights, Constitution. So you guys let us know. Declaration, yeah. Is that out of the Declaration of Independence?
Yeah, we have to fight. We have to fight for that back. That's
preamble.
part.
See, I get them.
It.
I know what's there. I've heard things. I just don't know what exactly one. I'm not that expertise, and I'll admit it. So people are letting us know. DOI, baby. That's a DOI. EO2 Dave, wow, say hi. Oh, I was reading a comment. So we got Daniel Bird up in the room moderating. We had I think, Amy the Mod I saw. And maybe Simone Ellis. All right. Simone. All right, so let me see here. We're going to get into a few little topics, articles, see what's going on in the fake world or real world. They don't hate the country. They hate Christians and God and guns and military and red state, Fox News. I hear you. I hear you guys. All right, do a little update here on the Gateway Pundit. See what's going on. It's updating now. All right, there it goes. Horror. These babies were born alive after abortions in Minnesota last year. Doctors kept them comfortable, then let them die. So what's up with that, Woodman? Aren't you from Minnesota or something?
No, I'm.
What do you guys say for that, man? Answer for it.
look. It's a secret, man. I can get a lot of money. I can get a lot of money for body kids. You know what I mean?
That's how they do it.
Fresh, new stuff, man.
They do it.
Oh yeah,
it's sad, man. It really is. It's
no impurities. Been taken care of. Here it is. Boop, 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 boop. Cut, whack, and hack, and we're out for another one. You know it, man. That's New York,
back
right?
Door quicker than they can get them in.
Yeah, that's New York, right?
Yeah, no, that was Minnesota, man. That's your home state, man. No joking.
That's not my home state. I'll knock you out. There's nothing wrong with Minnesota. There's nothing wrong with Minnesota, but I sure wouldn't want to.
No, there's not. There's nothing. I just article-wise. DOJ reverses course on citizenship census question after President Trump instructs them to find a way. And by the way, that just in, that Navy SEAL Eddie Gallagher sentenced to reduce rank, partial pay after being cleared of murder. So the Navy still kind of went at him. He's putting in for retirement now. He's done with it. So Russia conspiracy theorist Rachel Maddow's ratings continue to plunge in June. This is worth looking into because I'm waiting for, I think, for that her just to go off the air. It's the only thing left. I mean, I know Woodman likes to watch her morning show, but he'll have to get on to something else.
I can't watch that heifer, man. I've actually done it before, and I kept going
nice
like,
now, Woodman.
Are you kidding me? That's got to be a guy. She has an Adam's apple.
Yeah,
there you go.
So is it a guy? I think I've heard that.
Adam's apple? See the Adam's apple?
Yes, I do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man.
Russian conspiracy theorist Rachel Maddow.
It's like Michael
Michael
Obama.
Maddow. Right, Michael Rachel. continues to see her ratings slide following the release of Mueller witch hunt report. Nobody likes a liar. Maddow ran a Russian conspiracy for over 2 years and was devastated with the special counsel's findings. The Daily Caller reported Maddow's ratings dropped again in a trend that has continued for every month over the course of 2019. The Rachel Maddow show averaged 2,450,000 viewers per night in the month of June, down from 2.6 million in the month of May, according to the Nielsen Media Research report. So Maddow's show is the third highest rated show on cable TVs behind Hannity, which finished first with 3.2 million average per night. Tucker Carlson, which is like on now, which finished in second place with an average of 2.8. So anyway, she deserves every bit of that, plummeting. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't have an issue with it. You know, if you suck and you lie and you're constantly wrong, you don't change anything up and actually look for some facts, you're just going to keep losing and losing and losing and losing. What do they expect?
Well, what always bothered me was the way she went about it. And she'd like say something, and she'd go like, what are you, wake up,
Wake up, people.
Yeah. Lord have mercy, lady, slow down, stop and smell the roses, let's get real here.
Smell the smelling salt. Wake up.
Yeah.
Wrong. Well, and that's the whole thing. They're not real people, so that's why, folks. Yeah. These people go home and they punch themselves in the face. Trust me, they don't like it anymore. They're probably really.
Hey, Mike.
Yes,
what,
sir.
On that, your last show, when you showed all those people either fired
list.
Or
yeah.
How many was that? My word, that was actually long. I know it's not all of them.
No,
but
so there is currently how many was there? There's over 8,000 CEOs and stuff that have retired. I showed a fragment for the CEOs. Now the news, that was just a WikiLeaks one, and there's more according to Q. I got a few more of those tucked away. I'm going to be working on to get through them. But yeah, there's quite a bit, folks. I was realizing, and that's why I did that one video. And it's like we're all waiting for certain things to happen. I know that arrest but man, there really has been lots of people. The amount of politicians not returning on both sides of the party lines, not returning, made announcements like the House Speaker before any of this even started. Paul Ryan or whatever announced, I'm not going to be. And these are positions people don't typically run away from or announce that they're not going to be seeking re-election. And I'm just going to go back and work for the private sector. And, so it's astonishing the amount of people not seeking re-elections, CEOs and resigned CFOs all around the world from very predominant companies, Pepsi, Cola. And I mean, again, these people are just like, there's only, there's only been like 20 indictments out of the 8,000 people that have just left willingly. So, and then, the head of the FBI and DOJ, all those people removed, a lot of them fired, a lot of them removed from power and just gone. So it's been happening day in and day out for the last 2.5 years. I think a lot of the swamp is gone. House cleaning has happened. It's just been right in front of us. A lot of us are waiting for something big to happen to put the nail in the coffin, but that actually has been happening every day. I think, the deep state kind of lost when Trump won that day. That's when they really truly lost control of at least the U.S. system, and I'm not saying worldwide or anything, but so that gold standard, I don't know. I think gold's, it's been done before. I get it. You're basing it on at least it's something tangible. I don't know if it's the end result, if it's going to be silver or, whatever. I don't know. I don't know exactly.
Well, they used to be both at the same time.
Yeah, you're right.
If I remember right, you still had a silver note, and then it would say backed by gold, Look, and that's back when we actually had that stuff. You can't
Yeah.
you can't base money on
Ugh.
what they do is what they do is every dollar they print, they charge us interest immediately. That's just for a dollar. Think about this, folks. All the money that they print, you know. Uh, and now, wait a minute. When we start doing this gold and silver thing, uh, that changes the program. Uh,
Well,
now,
how
yeah.
about how about you're talking about so what how are you saying that about what were you talking about the money getting when we switch over we used to do both.
Well, yeah, gold and silver both. Think about it, you used to get silver certificates, or it would say, uh, uh, not backed by gold, but
No, it was
written on gold. Or
redeemable or this
right, right,
um
right. But then when the Federal Reserve finally really got everything all switched over and stuff, that's when all those things went out the window. That's why they
well
try to buy everybody's silver certificate, dollar bills, whatever they were, buy them back. They tried real hard.
Well, if you
Well,
remember
see
three or
now,
four, about 5, 10 years ago, they started buying gold up again. Actually, like in 08, 09, 07, 08, 09, they had all these companies pop up around the U.S. These little companies are popping into little strip malls, and they were there for a week or two, and then they'd close up. I think it was the government trying to buy up all the gold because they were telling everyone, "We'll buy all your scrap gold," and they were really trying to get it all. And people, you're able to send it in the mail, and they would send you a check once they got it weighed up, and then give you what it was worth. And they were
right,
like melting it
right.
down. But yeah, it was like they were going kind of collecting up all the gold. I don't know if that happened everywhere across the U.S. If you guys remember that, I mean, they were almost like little pawn shops. They were just we buy gold and silver, and they were there, and then they were gone after they drained the area of all the people that wanted to get rid of their extras. It seemed like. I
Well,
don't know.
see there, it makes sense to do that because we're going back to the gold and silver standard, not not based on air. Federal Reserve, they don't have any money. The only money they have is what we keep giving them. Of course, they are rich, but you know, they're rich because we keep giving them, giving them, giving them.
Oh yeah.
It's well, most everybody don't realize that, Mike. For every dollar they print, before we even grab it, there's automatic interest on it. That goes for every bill they print.
Mm-hmm.
Every one.
It's a
And if you
debt-based
notice, they don't
system,
have.
and they get that.
Yeah,
Most people should because almost every country has a debt-based system. That's the central banking. That's what they've tried to instill. And actually, some of these places that we've been at war with for the last 5, 6, 10, 15 years were ones that we were trying to get them onto the central banking system because they weren't.
yeah.
Before September 11th, there was like 8 countries without it. Now they've all gone because of the wars. I think there's only a few left, folks, that didn't. It was like Cuba at the time. I think maybe they're gone now. Iran. There's very few left, and these are the countries that we do seem to be having an issue with. But I don't know. I did hear something like China and Russia just left, and they kind of went to a gold-backed system already. So we're starting to see some of these other countries come out of their current thing like we are and go back to a gold-based system. So you can't argue with it's better than the debt-based system. So that was the other thing with Trump doing the tariffs. That's supposed to supply our actual Treasury Department that hasn't had money forever. Positive inflow coming in, just sitting there, empty coffers, empty cash registers if they had some. I don't know. But now with tariffs, that's feeding that coffers directly, and if we need to at any point we can look to our own Treasury Department and say let's take a loan from there, and it can be done at zero interest. That's a way around it. So But you can't do that if you don't have any money in there, folks. So that's why the tariffs are, and that's why everyone, the establishment, thinks it's a really, really bad idea, because it's giving us a way to not have to borrow from the Fed. So of course it's a bad idea. See how that works?
Yeah.
When it's not in
Yeah,
their
it's
interest, when it's not in their interest, it's a bad idea. Then they take the bad idea that's really a bad idea for them, and they make you think it's a bad idea as well. They do this with immigration. The reason that corporations, and they have all of Hollywood act like it's a really humane thing to do and play on your religion over it and tell you that you're a bad, evil person if you don't care about the hungry people at the borders crawling over here. The reason that they even pitch that is because they're the corporations. They love the extra amount of people here. It drives the workforce wage down because they can hire these people sometimes illegally or just to have more people to pick from. They can overpick you and be like, well, you don't want the job, we'll give it to this guy. He'll work for the $6 an hour. So they're not being honest with the world when these corporations take their profits and make commercials to make you vote a certain way, to play into your religion or pull at your heartstrings. It's a guise, because they don't give two shits about any of that on you. They only care about their dollar as a corporation. And if you can only see that, most people do not see that. So they start tugging at, Hollywood starts coming out. I mean, think about it. These people mean nothing. Robert De Niro, I mean, he's been in some movies back in the day, they were good fellas and this and that, but we've never known him on a personal level. He reads a bunch of lines, learns them, and then cites them for movies, and he's done it moderately well. Then now he has the audacity. He hasn't been in a movie in years, comes out and he talks in the manner like he did on Goodfellas, like he's that character, and he F Trump this, like he knows better than you. The reason these people are coming out and just out of nowhere against Trump is because they're told to. This is they might not even agree, but it's attacking. Trump's attacking their whole system. So these are their soldiers. These are their foot soldiers. Hollywood is an example of how to, these are the stars. You're supposed to look up to them, and that's how it's always been. We'll have people that we prop up. They're stars. People look up to them. If we get him, they've done it for years. It's worse now than ever, but for years they've done it. They've used these people to bend and screw you over. And now none of it really makes sense. We're all kind of awake to it, and their whole little system is falling apart, isn't it, Woodman?
Well, we're not supposed to be smart enough to catch on to all that. If you remember, everybody has to remember this phrase right here. Mr. Trump was not supposed to win the presidency. If Hillary would have won, we would have never, ever seen this kind of stuff. And the only reason why we're really seeing anything like that is because President Trump, when he actually ran for office, he had pretty much his cabinet already set, already picked out. So he did win. Now, here's the thing, though. All these politicians, he's not a politician. He is not a politician. And all these politicians are really upset because, he's exposing them, and they're going like, wait a minute. They're so used to the norm. Everything is the norm.
The old norms.
Yeah. Well, where come on, man. When they get elected for an office, they always talk about what changes they want to make and do this and do that, whatever. They've been saying the same thing for about 50 years, 60 years or whatever. And President Trump comes around. He's not in that little teeny weeny, I rub your back, you rub mine, bull hockey, Yeah. But that was all on our bank account, not theirs. We were the ones supplying all that crap. He's not involved in that. He take everything he makes as a president, he donates to some charity, the way I understand it. That alone should just tell people that, anyway, I really think it's hilarious to hear some of the angles the Democrats making, or I should say just the politicians, because, you know, some of the Republicans are the same way too. Then you have independent, whatever. But, you know, how they try to attack him in any way they can, you know, and of course the fake news, they're going to jump all over that stuff, and, you know, it already gets spread out before people realize that it was all junk talking anyway, you know. But it's really comical. Just if you sit back, and I should have made video of that stuff, because every angle they have went from, what, 2.5, maybe 3 years now, every angle they have tried has failed. And, you know, if people would write this stuff down as far as what they have tried, they'd finally realize that, hey, these guys, not only just Democrats, but these guys, the black deep state, these guys are freaking nuts, man. You know.
Oh yeah. No, it's
crazy.
Real quick, give a shout out to all the super chats here. I've kind of missed. We got a Fred.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Nope, it's all right. Adusis. Thank you, Joe, Marissa, shot clips and shot clips twice. Thank you. You guys set up to take calls yet? Happy 4th of July. Yes, we are. We got it all dialed in. It's actually perfect. But I don't know. We're about 50 minutes in already. We've sat here and talked. Probably won't do any call-ins tonight. I'm already starting to get hot a little bit. It's hot up here on this second floor in this studio room in the mid-summer, even though it's kind of late. But it's just an extra hot heat wave coming through the Midwest, right, Woodman? It's been a hot one.
Yeah. The bad thing is it's rather muggy, also. You know. But
that's what it is. It's really just muggy, folks, here. But I mean, of course, it's a seed. Things are all right, but it's still pretty hot with all these monitors going and the lights, and can't have a fan on. It's too noisy. But no, we will get back. Probably look for Friday for another live show with call-in possibly or something. We're not done here yet by any means. We're gonna go another, who knows, 10, 20. These Georges, I'm getting through them. All the people from this channel that has sent them in the P.O Box. I just paid up the P.O Box, folks. It's been amazing. 6 months. I got the letter from the post people, like, hey, it's been 6 months. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You coming in? So anyway, tons of magazines. I got some all around the house. I've been looking, keeping them in really good shape, taking care of them. I know one of these returned. When we're done, we're gonna get through these, folks. These are now, I believe, with all the subliminal messaging that happens in real movies, real TV shows, and magazines, things owned by these people, and the little shout outs they do in between that, these hold something as well. If he set up the magazine to expose certain things at that time, when the time came, I believe that he was also now there's lots of, you know, paid advertisement in here and everything, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. He's got the letter from the editor in every episode, and some of them seem pretty crazy. So we're going to be covering those. But tomorrow's going to be interesting as well with the 4th of July. Now, do we know there's going to be any camera coverage up there, Woodman, from anything you're hearing on, maybe, I don't know if you watched Fox News or...
Well, you know they're going to cover it. I don't know how many...
That's not tomorrow, isn't it the 6th? Isn't it Saturday? Isn't it Saturday or is it tomorrow? Is it actually on the 4th?
I think they're going to do it tomorrow.
Okay, maybe it is.
I really do think so. Well, that's the 4th.
Tomorrow is the 4th?
Why do it on the weekends? Yeah, tomorrow's the 4th.
You're right.
I think they're going to...
Are they already there tonight? Right here, EO2 Dave. Hello, I'm in DC. All right, so EO2 Dave, he's in DC. What is it packed there already? What's going on, EO2? Can you talk to us? Are you down there now, EO2 Dave? Are you able to... I can give you a code and you can beam into the Patriot Hour. We can get some footage right now if you're able to do that. I give you a code. Wham, bam.
It's just that easy.
It's just that easy. And your phone becomes a camera for the Patriot Hour. Boom. And now we're in D.C. Right in the swamp. Take us to the swamp, brother. What's up? Get a hold of us. And if not today, maybe tomorrow. And if not, I don't know what's going on. Is it raining up there? Are you partying? What's the situation? Talk to us. That's EOT Dave. Let me know when you guys see him. All right. So anyway,
what a guy.
Yes. No, it's awesome.
Yeah. What a guy. Yeah. What a guy. We have a lot of Patriot followers. Are just
Randy
fantastic.
Robbins in the room.
Oh yeah.
Randy Robbins, the mod. Everyone have a great 4th of July, 4th Independence Day. Be safe out there.
Oh yeah. Just be careful. Whatever you're doing out there, whatever you fire off. I don't know what state you're in, but whatever you fire off, always, no kidding. I don't care if you want to act tough or proud or whatever. I don't care. You take extra precaution, man, and because those things, sometimes those things go off faster than what they're supposed to, and you're not ready for it.
Yeah, well, there's also been some threats for the DC thing too. You've heard of that, right, Woodman? The little terrorist or local home brew.
Yeah.
Living in America.
I don't know.
Possibly living in America. Doing or as a Patriot, are we doing a show tomorrow sometime? Honestly, maybe. I don't have much planned. I mean, I kind of do, but weather-wise, I don't know what's going on around here. We're looking at some rain, I thought. And I don't know if it's going to be all day or what. But definitely look for a show. I'll be having some shows out probably early on, midday. My typical, as far as a live show, that just depends on everyone's schedule. It is the 4th. We typically... would probably be with family and enjoying something, some drinks or something, but we'll see.
Well, I'm going to my dad's.
Okay. So there it wasn't his dad's for most of the day, I'm assuming.
Well, we're going to start eating between 5 and 6, and then getting close to dark, they start getting ready for the fireworks, and, they have a good show for the kids.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. The problem is though, you can't let the kids down there on the deck. Well, I said the deck, fire line, whatever you want to call it. You have to keep them back because they're very curious people. We do have that problem every year, but it doesn't take very long to get the hint. So. But man, you got everybody have a blast, man. I bought some pretty neat fireworks, man. When they go off, it comes down as a soldier in a parachute, So
yeah, no, and I might stream some of the event tomorrow. People are saying I'm gonna be home watching the White House on TV. So it seems like the White House is gonna have cameras out. Possibly, if I can find a decent feed, I might beam throughout the day, get it set up, and let it go for a few hours. Let you guys, I don't have any issue, so I'll be checking it in or checking it out. I just got to be able to find
it. Ought to be awesome.
Yeah,
it ought to be awesome.
I wouldn't mind watching some of that either. So, we'll make sure you're subscribed. Most of you are. All right, so we're hitting the hour mark. It's about what I wanted to do. Again, I want to say thanks for all the super chats to all you guys. Woodman, any closing thoughts or anything you'd like to say for the 4th here to the Patriots? Some of the best Patriots we ever did meet here on the Patriot Hour.
We have the most honest Patriot people in the world right here. And God bless every one of you. We're all important. We all do our part. Hey, but for this 4th of July, you may not be able to celebrate it on the 4th, and may have to wait till the 5th or whatever you do. Please remember, enjoy yourself and be safe. But remember what the 4th of July is all about, man. It's Independence Day. And that didn't happen in a card game. It didn't happen in a knitting class. You know, us veterans have always fought some kind of battle one way or another. And it wasn't for glory. This is for our country, you know, and just do me a favor, and Mike and Ben a favor. We just enjoy yourself this weekend, and if you do see a veteran, please thank him for his service and his time. You know, welcome him home. You know, back when I was in, if you happened to be in an airport with a uniform on, people would spit on you. You know, call you a baby killer.
Thank you to the Groove.
There you go. Anyway, yeah, just remind them that you're thankful for their service, because they need to see that. And please enjoy every minute with your family, because when days tick by, you can't get them back, and you need to spend a lot of time with your family, because family is where it's at. Look, family could be anything. Family like your bloodline, family as being Patriots, you know, man, woman, child, old, young, what have you. We're all family, you know.
That's right.
That's why the whole world wants to be. They want to come here. This is the place, man. This is the place, man.
Hopefully I get to see my favorite Vietnam vet tomorrow.
Ooh, all right. Fantastic.
Yeah. Nope, yeah. That is awesome. All right, well, no Woodman, brother. Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
I need
Cheers.
Need a refill here.
Yeah, I do too, man. This is the Mac, Pat, Myron, and the rest of them guys. There you go, Airborne.
Yes.
Airborne.
All right, I'm out. So, all right, Woodman, we will see him here soon on the next Patriot Hour. We always love it when he jumps in and can join, which is pretty much how he does it. When he can be in studio, we enjoy that as well. We got a show coming up with Ben in studio possibly next week. We're working on something for in studio. He's going to be in the area, and then folks, there's going to be definitely at least a bare minimum of one video tomorrow. I will get out at some point, probably early on. And then other than that, if we do a live show, you'll get alerted. Friday could be the next opportunity for a live video or something of sorts. So stick with us. Don't it is the 4th. I want you guys to all remember, like Woodman said, what it's truly about. It's our Independence Day. Interesting. Q has said something about July 4th. The new guard, who knows? Shot clips. Thank you, veterans. He just did a super chat. We thank everyone for all the super chats. But again, just like Woodman said, keep that in mind. What it's about. Enjoy your brouhaha and all that good stuff, and your barbecues and your fireworks. Stay safe. Those of you in DC, stay vigilant. And EO2 Dave, stay safe as well, brother. Give us a call or a text or something. Email me. Maybe we can work something out for tomorrow at some point to beam in if you're going to be up there. Let us know what's going on. Or, even anyone that's up there that can call in. Maybe somebody can call in, just straight up call in. If you have the capability, we can give you the code to beam in. We can actually see your phone. You can turn it around and walk through the crowd. Something. All right, again, this is Mike, the Patriot Hour. God bless, Godspeed each and every one of you worldwide. We'll see you back here real soon on the next Patriot Hour update video coming real soon. Later, maybe one later tonight. Who knows? It's kind of early. I might work on something. I'm already working on something, so that's why I know something will be out tomorrow. So, all right, you have a great evening, you guys. We'll see you back here real soon.
Press, to the recorder of man's deeds, the keeper of his conscience, the courier of his news, that we look for strength and assistance. Without debate, without criticism, no administration and no country can succeed, and no republic can survive.